What is up, Flockers? That is my fellow Lockers and aspiring Lockers. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you my 18-month update, so stick around for that. Today should be a pretty quick video. I'm not going to keep you for long. I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. Something that I've noticed with my Microlocs is that in the first year, month to month, even week to week, especially in the very beginning, I noticed a lot of changes. But after year one, you're not really seeing crazy changes like you were in the first year. And so I'm not doing them monthly anymore. The last one I did, I think, was at 15 months or 16 months or something, 15 months, I think. So now we are here at 18 months, and I will give you a full spin around and close up and look of my locks and all of that. But I would say that something similar to the last one I did, and that is still true today, is that I have less marrying and combining at my roots, which is something that I love, because in the first year of my Microloc journey, I was having to pop or separate my locks at the root. Pretty much by like week 2 or 3 after a retie, I would have some serious marrying at the roots. And now I'm on week 6 of after my retie, and I don't really have, they're just starting to marry at the root, and not even to an uncomfortable amount to where I'm having to do serious popping. There are a couple here and there where maybe there's a little bit of popping, but it's not like, oh, you need to go out and get the scissors and pop your locks or separate them. It's literally just going like that and separating the locks. And I could probably stretch this for another 2 weeks if I wanted to, but I want to try to stick to my schedule. 7 weeks is the longest I've gone. My sweet spot is 5 or 6 weeks. So like I said, I'm on week 6 now. So it's probably time to go ahead and hit that retile. But as you can see, even 6 weeks in, like, we're not talking about, we got a good amount of regrowth, but it's nothing crazy. I do have some hairs that grow outside of the lock in places, but for the most part, where I notice that the most is in the back of my head, right here in this area, and it's nothing too crazy. It's manageable. I just get my crochet needle and I go in there and I will crochet those hairs back into the lock, especially right before I do my retie, just so that I can try to incorporate them in the lock that I want them to go into, and so that I can keep it as neat as possible. Another change that I have noticed with my locks, obviously, is the length. I can't tell it from, just day to day, or maybe even looking at pictures from a month ago, but if I look back at pictures or videos from 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago, I can really see how much my locks have progressed and changed in that time. We're not talking like leaps and bounds growing, but like I said, it's noticeable, and I can see there's less stretch in them than there was before, but there is still stretch. You see, we can still stretch, but it's not as much of a springy stretch as we had before. Something else that I've noticed around the perimeter, because those of you that have watched my previous videos or been on this journey with me know that the ones around my perimeter I braided tighter, just because I was getting lazy as I was finishing my installation and getting towards the front, because this is the last part of my head that I did. And so I was, 1, getting lazy and tired and ready to be done, and 2, I just wanted that to be the neatest place or the neatest part of my head, especially since it framed my face. So those locks I did do tighter when I did the braids, and so it has taken the longest amount of time for the braid pattern to start disappearing. But what I have noticed recently is that the braid pattern is disappearing more. Like right here on this one, this is all of this is already, like, there's, what am I trying to say? Get your life together, D. Right here is all that is left of what you can see of braid pattern, and there's definitely more of my lock. The braid probably starts up here, but this portion of it has gotten fuzzy and started locking to the point where you can't really tell. And so it's cool because there's literally, like, I don't know, maybe 1.5 inches or 2 inches left of hair that is just noticeably braid. And it's different. There's some that the braid pattern is still higher up, but it's nice to see the ones around the perimeter are starting to get into formation, and they're starting to fuzz up, and the braid pattern is disappearing from those two. But I knew that those were going to take the longest since, like I said, I did make them the tightest, and that's just something that you have to keep in mind when you're doing this, and know that if you make them tight, it's going to take them longer to disappear. So 18 months in, I still very well have braid pattern in my locks, especially around the front. But if you're looking at me like this, walking down the street, or even if you're sitting with me, you're not going to notice it. The only time you're going to notice is if I'm like right up on you, and then you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I see the braid pattern. And then you're like, okay, I see it. Still have curly cues on the ends, not doing anything to keep them that way, not doing anything to keep them from being that way. I'm just allowing my hair to lock as it feels and wants to. But yeah, that's what we're looking like. Like I said, we're at 6 weeks from a retie, and I love my Microlocs because my hair does not look messed up. It doesn't look out of place. I could literally continue rocking it like this, and I don't look unprofessional or ungroomed or unkept or anything like that. My hair is looking fabulous, and if I wasn't trying to stick to a 6 to 7 week schedule, then I could totally rock this for a couple of more weeks and get away with it, you know? My scalp is still visible. You don't have to dig too far to find it. It's there. It's not super visible, but if you dig, you can find it, okay? See, we got scalpage. So yeah. So this is what we're looking like. If we spin it around, can't give a full 360 because the couch is right there and it's keeping me from spinning all the way. But y'all get the gist. So like I said, I want to give y'all some up close texture shots so you can see what we're looking like. Right. So you can see the portion that is completely interlocked. So obviously from here down, and it's in different places, but probably at least into this point, we're completely interlocked. And then the rest is braided, which has, and a lot of the locks turned into what looks to be the same as interlock. You know, there's no major line of demarcation. The only place where you have a major line of demarcation is where you can see the braid in different locks, but that is getting fuzzy and disappearing, so that's not a problem. So that's from that side. If we go here, smooth these out the way, take some locks from this side, see what those are looking like. Right. Again, we're 18 months in. This is what we're looking like. Very happy with the progress of my locks. Happy with where they are. Happy with where they've been. Don't have any regrets. I've enjoyed every moment of this journey, and can say that I don't feel like I've done anything that I regret, anything that I wish that I did differently. It's been an experience. It's been a learning experience. I've learned and grown along the way, and I plan to continue to learn and grow along with my locks as they grow and change. If you found this video helpful and insightful, make sure to go ahead and hit that like button so that I know what type of content you enjoy, and also hit the subscribe button so that you can join the flock. And before you go anywhere, make sure to check out some of the other videos that have popped up on the screen. I'll see you there.